Hi guys, it's weekend and I just wanted to come here real quick and make a video for you guys and show you how to create tree maps using R. So let's first see what is a tree map. A tree map chart provides a hierarchical view of your data and makes it easy to spot patterns such as which items are a store's best sellers. The tree branches are represented by rectangles and each sub-branch is shown as a small rectangle. So here on the right hand side, I have a small tree map which has two main categories, type 1 and type 2, and within each category there are again some subcategories such as type 1 has subcategories type A, B and C, and type 2 has subcategories A and B. And I'm also using color coding to show that the yellow color represents type 1 and the red color represents type 2. This is a very simple tree map, but it can be really effective when someone is trying to show hierarchical data, explaining their profit sales for different products that they are selling, and it becomes really easy then to spot which products are doing well as compared to other products. And you can use color coding size of rectangles to represent even data that is non-hierarchical. So it's up to the data analyst how well he can utilize this particular type of graphic uh, to show whatever data they want to visualize. But this is a very common type of data visualization that everyone should know how to do. So these are the two tree maps that I'm going to show you how you can create this using R. And they're very simple. The first one is just showing the main categories, which are names of different cities here in Arizona. And the next one uh, goes one level down. So it has the main categories, which are flowers, animals, and fruits. Flowers are shown in a pink purple color, animals are shown in a green color, and fruits are shown in a blue color. And then there are subcategories within that, which is like for flowers there are four subcategories, for animal there are two, and for fruits there are three. So let's see how can we use R and how can we use create such tree maps with by writing some very simple code. So let's go and open RStudio and I'll show you the code that I used to create these two visuals. So guys, we are here on RStudio. The first thing that you need to do is to attach the library Treemap. If you already haven't installed the package for it, so first go ahead and install the package and then attach the library Treemap, using which you can create tree maps on R. And then the next step is to make sure that you have some data that is cleaned and transformed and ready to be fed into this function. So in real life, your data might be coming from different sources and they may be in a totally different format. So you have to first do some steps and clean it up. But for the sake of this video, I'm just creating this sample data frame called city data, and within that I have the names of some cities and the populations of those cities. Let's assume that 100 means 100k, 50 means 50k, 10 means 10k, and so on. So that's my data frame. So then after that I have also created a color palette just to use in this particular visualization. If you don't create one, I will just assign something, and I just wanted to show that you can choose your own colors this way, and I've given the hexadecimal color codes over here. And because I have five different cities, so I have given five different colors here for each of my cities. And then finally I go and I call my function Treemap, and I give the first thing I give here as input is the city data. Then I give index equals to city because that is my main category that I will show as rectangles within my tree map. And then I give v size as population because that will decide the size of my rectangles within my tree map. The population will be proportional to the size of my rectangles within the tree map. And then I give the palette, which I give the color palette that I have created, and then I give my type as index. What does that do? So that will the function will get to know that it has to assign the colors based on the city, because the city is the index over here. Okay, so that's all that you need to give to be able to create this tree map. But I also wanted to show you the tree map function within our documentation. So it takes lot and lot of arguments. So the ones that I have given are the very basic, but you can see so much customization that you can do. So if you need something a bit more sophisticated, bit more customized, you can come here and you can check out all the options that are available and see how you can use them. There are some sample examples also here. So it's a very useful function which has lot of different options to customize. So go ahead and check it out. And so okay, so now that we have written this little piece of code, let's run that and see what happens. So I'm going to run this code here, and this is my output. So as you can see, Phoenix, Tucson, Sedona, Surprise, Flagstaff, so they have all formed these different rectangles, and the sizes of those rectangles are in proportion to their population, right? So you can create very simple tree map like this, and you can give different colors and categories, and and it will be created like this. Now the next one that I have here is a tree map, but which has subcategories. So this one, it only has the main categories. Like within Phoenix, there are no further divisions of this rectangle, right? So this only has one category. Now if I want to break it down further, so that within, let's say, my Phoenix, I again have divisions based on some, maybe let's say some neighborhood, or some other criteria, then how do we create that kind of tree map? So for doing that, I'm using this other example which I showed you on the slides, which is that of flowers, animals, and fruits. So once again, the first thing I'm doing is creating a data set that I can use. Again, one data frame. Here I have my first uh, vector that I have here is called group. So within which I have flowers, animals, and fruits. And then I have a second vector which is called subgroup, and within that I have included all the subgroups exactly in the same order as they are within groups. So flowers, animals, fruits. So I have 4 flowers, 2 animals, 3 fruits. So even in the subgroup I have 4 flowers followed by 2 animals and 3 fruits. And then I have assigned some values to it. Again, exactly the same number as I have, 4 plus 2 plus 3. So even here I have done the same thing, 1 2 3 4, 1 2, and 1 2 3, right? So that's all my data, and then I'm just converting them into a data frame, uh, calling them data frames, group, subgroup, value. So then it will go ahead and get and create the data frame for me. And let's first run this much, right? So my data is ready. So if I just type data here, you can see how the data frame has now gotten created. So I have the group flowers, within which I have 4 flowers, and then I have some numbers associated with it. Then I have 2 animals, fruits, and then some subgroups and values, right? So that's how my data looks. And if you are having your data in some other format and you want to show it in Treemap, you first have to convert it into a format like this, because that's how the function is going to take the input. So here, if you see, like the previous one, I first am giving the data as input, but when it comes to index, now I have given group and subgroup. So there it was only the city, but here I have my group and subgroup both as index, and then the size as per the value, and then type again by index, so that it knows that the colors have to be assigned based on the index, that is based on the group and subgroup, right? So now let's go and run this tree map function, and this is my output. Now these colors were automatically assigned because I did not give any color specifically. And then I have here my flowers, my animals, my fruits, and then I have subcategories within them. And so yes, so that's how you can create a tree map which has subgroups within the main group. So this big rectangle of flowers is now divided into this subgroup. So this shows you how you can see the hierarchy involved in it, isn't it? So flowers is at the top, and then in the next level of the hierarchy you have these four different categories of flowers, and same goes for animals and fruits. So guys, that's how you can write some code and build your own tree map without depending on some other tool like Tableau. You can be very flexible with your code, and I showed you how many options are there within tree map, and you can create tree map that is very very specific and as per your needs. Alright guys, that was all for this video. Hope you learned how to make tree maps. Thank you so much for joining, and don't forget to follow us on Facebook and also subscribe to our channel on YouTube. We do plan to bring you a lot of educational videos. We are the Rise Academy. My name is Sonila, and I hope that you have a great weekend ahead. Talk to you again soon. Thank you so much. Bye bye.